All right, we are in the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. Let's get in here and get on hole number 1. Rubber meets the road today. Only 2 qualifying days. I used yesterday purely to practice, to post some practice stuff for you guys. So people who hadn't been on these holes before, since they're not available in rookie, could maybe learn something from. They were not hole demos, that's for sure. It's just pure practice. So I'm going to come at this with the extra mile and a 3 power ball, and I'm coming at it with a 3 power ball to try and get farther up into my short iron range. So it really doesn't extra mile and a Hornet. I'm going to bring a 3 power ball. Got that. Let's see here. Is it worth cutting the wind down? Is it worth cutting the wind down by bringing a Kingmaker here? We've got the deal is we got the summer major coming up right after this, so I'm going to save some of those balls, those Kingmakers, because there's these new holes are pretty tough. All right, so first hole, extra mile, about 10%. I'm going to do a plus 10% on the wind adjustment going up and about a minus 10% going into the green. The goal here is just to make sure you dribble out there. Even if you clip the rough over on the left hand side, you'll still end up coming out and being in your short iron range, and being in your short iron range is what we're looking for here. Ideally we want to be farther into our short iron range. So my goal is to get way up in there so that I can be in minimum short iron. Now you can do this with any ball. You can do this with a white ball, you can do it with any ball. The only reason that I'm using a Titan is it will help me out on the first shot, but the primary reason is to get me deeper into my short iron, so I'm more towards mid or minimum club. So yes, you can get this done with anything, but ideally we want to be in our minimum club. I'm going to go right at that line there, 4-1, so it's about a 4-4 pull. So there's 4-2, so we're just a little over 2 rings. I'm going to put just a little bit of curl on it just to bring it back into the fairway. Hitting it perfect. A nice bounce over right in the middle of the fairway and running up. Not taking any risk with either one of those rough edges, just trying to get up there as far as I can. I probably could have put all of the topspin on it. And looking at that angle right there and how much I had, I think next time I will put max topspin. I'm going to make a note here, max topspin. What that'll do is that'll give us a little bit better angle. So I'm going to take off 10% of the wind here. So my Hornet's 1-1, 1-9, 2-2, depending on where it's at in the club. So first things first, where are we at? Okay, so I'm at minimum club, 2.2 per ring. I'm going to take off 3, so that's going to be 2-6. So there's 2-2, that leaves me 4. So that's about a ring and a little less than a quarter. Now we just need to hit perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a real serious look here. Real serious. Oh, you rat. Ugh. And that's my fault. And my fault is that I know better that when you're using a Hornet, the best way to get your ball to go in the hole is to put on 1 backspin. And in that situation right there, the deal was I was trying to stay as close to minimum as possible. And normally I would not have hit off the fringe. I would have put on the backspin And in that case, I might have put on all the backspin and then started off on the green and got right up to the hole with that little bit of backspin, and it'll woe the ball up. And I know better. I know a lot better. So there's nothing to blame there but me. That's not the game. That was me. So I'm going to give myself the best shot to get this in. No side spin. Now my ring set's so small here that it'll be, I would really, really, really have to mess this shot up in order to miss it. Be great to the left. Getting a little lag right there. A little lag. All right. I saved that for the weekend round. That was purely me on the setup. That was absolutely what I needed to do to get in the hole. Except I didn't set it up. I didn't set the ball up right with the club to achieve the eagle goal that I was looking for. But that hole right there is definitely an eagleable hole, and we can get it done fairly easy. Now, here's the deal. If I would have came there, if I would have came on that hole with a 0 power ball with a Marlin, and you could easily get up in there. It would have been a little bit harder on the approach shot because you're a little bit further back. But where it would have put me in my club range, I probably would have been between mid and max club instead of right at minimum. And your short iron is twice as accurate when it's at minimum club. So burning a Titan right there was not burning a Titan. It was like bringing a low wind ball, and what it did was it put me way further into my club. So this is one of those situations where I didn't need the Titan on the drive, and I didn't really need the Titan to get up, but what it did was it made that shot so much more accurate that when you're playing some of these holes, definitely think about where your red lines are, and when you're choosing a ball, it's not always about distance. All right, that was hole number 1 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. Thanks for watching.